to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be making my own journal. I talked about this earlier in January that I wanted to learn 5 new crafts this year, and bookbinding was one of those crafts because I have been wanting to make myself at first it was a bird journal, because over the last couple of years I've really started bird watching and I guess nature watching, and I just love to be out in nature. It just heals everything that's going on in my life. I don't know, it doesn't matter if I'm happy or sad, whatever mood I'm in, just being out in nature just fills my soul. I don't know how to explain it. But I want to have a book where I can write down things that I observe when I'm out walking or in my backyard or at the park or wherever we go. I mean, there's nature all around us all the time. And so I really wanted my own bird journal in the beginning, like I said, but I didn't want to buy one from the store where you just kind of check off what birds you saw and maybe have, this much space to write in and all the pages are the same. I didn't want something like that. I wanted to make my own and make it unique to me. And now there's all kinds of journals out there on the internet. There's art journals, there's junk journals, there's nature journals, there's just all fabric journals, stitch journals, it goes on and on. So this journal, I'm not going to put myself in a box. It's just going to be a journal. It's going to be whatever I want it to be. And yours can be whatever you want it to be. I think that's the purpose of a journal to begin with. So with my eclectic spirit, it'll probably have a little bit of everything in it. And so I have purchased some papers, and I've also gathered up some papers. And so I'm going to take you to my table and I'm going to show you what I've done so far. I'm going to show you how I'm going to put it together. Now this is not a tutorial because I've never done this before, so I have no right to tell you how to do something when I've never even done it. But I'm going to try to put together a journal. I have a good idea of how I want to do it, so I think it'll turn out cute. So join me on this journey with me and let's get started. Okay, so here I have some scrapbook paper. I have a couple of these books I just purchased because Michael's was having a sale right after Christmas is when I started journaling in my journal there, and these were on sale for $3 a piece. So I got a few of them and they're all fall related. However, there's lots of pages like that that I could still use in my journal, like that one. That could go in the springtime signature, So there's so many things I can use, even though these say fall, I can still use them anyway. And I love these colors all year round anyway, because they're just very muted, just very beautiful colors. So I purchased a couple of those. That's the only thing I purchased for this project. And then I also went through all of my daughter's coloring books. I robbed her coloring books. No, I asked first. But she had, some different coloring books like this. So I just pulled out a few of these pages right here. Like that's a really cute one. It's just some different, things that have birds on it, or squirrels, because I absolutely adore squirrels. And then she had some other books that had like little sayings like this. I thought was really cute because this signature will go through winter, so it will go through Valentine's. And so anyway, you get the idea. And then I had just some other paper I just put in here. This is just like chipboard paper. Maybe I can make a pocket with or something. And then these are tea stained, just paper towels. And I just think they're so cool looking. Look at that. It looks like toast. Anyway, I have some stuff like that, which is like really, look at that. It's just really pretty patterns. And all this is from is you taking your used tea bags and laying them on top of a paper towel. That's all that is. and it can just make really neat prints. So anyway, I have a couple of those, and then I have some watercolor paper here. I have some graph paper, some old paper. I don't even know what this is from. It's just from an old, like, I think my mom drew that. So I thought that was funny. I mean, maybe I did. I have no idea who drew that. Came out of one of my mom's old, like, tablets. And then I just have some, like, cardstock, white cardstock, typing paper. And then I also went through some of my daughter's old, like, little, like, National Geographic magazines. And I pulled out some things that had, like, cute little birds on them or something like that. I thought I can decorate the pages with some of these images. Maybe I can cut them out and make some decorations in my journal. And then I also pulled out, I got a mess on this table, let me tell you. This is my daughter's bird watching book. This came from our homeschool curriculum, which is The Good and the Beautiful. And they have a cute little, you know, activity book for kids. But I thought I might want to include some of these pages because this has like feather identification, you know, so that would be a neat page to include in my journal. I'll have to, like, I don't know that I want to tear these out and use them, so I may photocopy them. I don't know. I might get in trouble for that. I don't know. I did buy this, so I don't know. I'll have to look at the rules because I don't want to get in trouble for copying something I'm not supposed to be copied. Oh, it says right here, this document may be copied or printed at no charge for the use in the home. Okay, well, I am using it in my home. I'm not selling it or giving it to anyone else, so it should be okay. But like this one, this has like different kinds of beaks. Like different birds have different kinds of beaks because they eat different things. And so some of these pages might be really fun to add into my book. I'm not sure yet. I haven't pulled any out yet. And then I also have these from the same company. This is from The Good and the Beautiful. It's how to draw trees and how to draw birds. And they're very, very simple. Just little, different little birds. So maybe I want to draw some of these in my journal one day. This is not necessarily for the construction of the journal, but just to decorate it, you know, later on. So I'm just going to kind of keep all those things handy with me. And now I have made myself a template right here, and it measures 8 inches tall by 6 inches wide. So that's the size I picked. I think that's a good size for a journal. I didn't want it too big, but I didn't want it necessarily like pocket sized. And so I'm going to cut all these papers to that size. Well, double that size because I'm hoping I think I can get double out of that and it'll be fine. So anyway, and then I have some things I want to include in there. Like here's a little napkin from our watercolor. And like normally I would just like throw this kind of stuff away, but look how cute that is. I did some watercoloring with my daughter, and when I would dip my brush on here, after I was done, I was like, that's cute. It looks like balloons to me. I don't know. It might go in there, it might not. I have a Christmas card that my friend gave me that I want to include in my journal after I get it made. And then I have some Valentine doilies, so I might put some of these in here too. I don't know. It's just fun. This is a totally different creative process than like knitting or, you know, doing something like that, but it's a lot of fun. So now I'm just these are all the papers I've picked out. So I have a few of these pages, and then I'm going to put them together with the other pages I just showed you and make myself a little journal here. So cute. Okay, it's really hard to see because this is kind of a big table, but I have all my stacks of paper around me here, and I'm just going to randomly kind of pick up and get a good mixture of all of them. Here's where I began to change my mind about the size of my journal. I am frozen in time trying to decide what I want to do. In the end, I decided to just fold my 8.5 by 11 sized paper in half and use that as my guide. Now, let's continue placing the papers in order. Okay, so here's what I came up with. I want the edge here to be white. So I'm going to be folding this over like this, but I don't want this to happen. So I'm probably going to fold them in smaller sections. I might have too many papers in here. I'm going to count them and see what they are. But I really did want this to be my middle piece here. And so, and I also want some of these big pages, I want to fold them over and have some pockets. I want to fold them down like that, fold them over so that I have some pocket. Okay, I've changed some things up and took a few pages out because it was really too many. I'm down to 25 pages now. So that gives me 50 pages, I believe, in total. Don't quote me on that. I'm not good at math, but that's what I'm using. And so now I'm going to get to getting all these the height that I want. I'm going to do that first. Using my template as a guide, I will cut each page to match the height and fold the pockets as I go. I don't make these things often, so I'm using minimalistic tools to create this journal. Once all the pages line up at the top, I begin to fold each page one at a time. I am happy with how the pages look. So let's do the binding now, shall we? I took my template cover and measured and marked where I wanted my holes to be. Then, using an awl, I punctured the pages, all while using that first template cover as a guide.
I'm really hoping this works and they all line up. Next, I am using the clips to hold it all together while I stitch the binding. I am using a saddle stitch to secure the pages. I start in the middle of the book and sew to one end of the book and then sew back toward the middle and to the other end of the book. Then back to the middle again. Here is where I will tie a knot. I tie two just to be sure. Finally get the needle back through the middle where I tied the two thread tails together. It's not perfect, but it will do for my first attempt. Now I am just using the awl to score the papers and trim up the edge of the book. Let's do a bit of decorating on the front cover. Now, let's take a good look at my first handmade journal. It's now time to transfer my entries from the not-so-pretty notebook to my new creation. If you are new to making journals like I am and have wanted to make one for yourself, I highly encourage you to do so. These are things that can't be reproduced and copied, and I hope it will get passed down and read for many years to come. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video where I will be making a maxi skirt. Have a blessed week. Bye.